Okay, I am here. I'm alive. I am well, and I'm ready to go. Folks, welcome to what could be a very big day for you guys. Today could be a huge, huge day. There have been developments here happening overnight that have come through that I'm just now catching up on in the last 40 minutes. And you have to be made aware of this. I'm going to try to explain this in plain English. It's what I do. Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce, the name of the channel, Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm Bruce. They call me Uncle Bruce. Welcome to this little gathering, and welcome to the family that are the folks who are talking here, the ones with green type on their names, the members of this channel, the greatest YouTube family there is. If you want to make money in this market, you want to hang out with these guys. You want to become a member of this channel immediately and hang out with these guys, because these guys in green here, and especially those who are gold bagel members, just heard the word 10 minutes ago. They just found out 10, 15 minutes ago on the Gold Bagel Member Alert show that starts at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. They just got the word, and now I'm going to tell the rest of you. Big news on SoFi, really big news, huge news. The street has not yet absorbed what is about to happen here. There's an awareness about to be, it's one of those what moments is coming, okay? Might be during the day today. What is the what moment? Okay, two things, all right? First thing is, if you take a look at the SoFi short positions, I don't care where you go. You can go to NASDAQ.com and enter the stock symbol SoFi and do look up short position, short interest, or you can just go to Google and go SoFi short interest, hit the button. You should get the latest filing that is released, and I'll show it to you right here, right now. The latest filing on how many shares of SoFi are shorted. Here we go. There's the number on the top, on the upper right, way up there, 209.9 million shares shorted. The last number was 150 odd million shares shorted. We've just had a 25% increase in the number of shares shorted in SoFi in the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks, we've had 50 million more. Are you asking yourself, Bruce, why? Why are the shares down to $7.30? They were sitting at $8, $9. Why are they? Well, now you know. 50 million more shares have been shorted against the company. Notice something right above my finger up here. You see that number there? 23.23%. That's the percentage of all free-floating shares that are short now on SoFi, okay? Do you know how many shares are shorted on GameStop right now? 21%. There are more shares shorted in a percentage level, not just physically 209 million, but in a percentage level against the free-floating shares in SoFi than in GameStop. SoFi has surpassed GameStop in short interest. It is a huge development. It's massive. That's one. But then there's another thing that I don't know if anyone's even talking about this. Well, no one's talking about the short interest yet, because your 25 and 30-year-old financial experts that are out there, all of them, they've got podcasts and other channels, and they'll be yelling this all day today. Don't worry, you'll get this news later. The other news you might or might not get, and there are some YouTubers who are really bright and will be on this, and you know who they are. I know who they are. Friends of this channel. The filings were done last night by SoFi with the SEC. The actual notification to the SEC was done by SoFi yesterday, because it's the 26th of March, which is the last week of the first quarter of the year, which allows SoFi's auditors and the company to release a month from now, first week of May, when they release their financials for the first quarter. They will be allowed to say this. And what is this that they're going to allow to say? They're going to be able to say that as of today, the company is $1.4 billion richer for its common shareholders. Its common shareholders are $1.4 billion richer. Now, I was going to call today's show, the title of today's show was going to be about how SOFI was adding $900 million in value to the common shareholders. It's actually $1.4 billion of value to the shareholders. Now, where's that number come from, Bruce? You're making this up, aren't you? Not really. What's happened here is $600 million in preferred shares have been swapped out for common stock at like $8.56 a share, something like that. And $845 million of cash was raised at 1.25% interest. No one talks about this. The company has borrowed money, $845 million at 1.25% interest. And they've used $320 million of that to buy out $320 million of preferred shares that were about to start costing them $60 million a year in interest in dividend payments. They've eliminated that. That's $5 million a month they don't pay out in dividends going forward, all to the bottom line of the company. This is $60 million a year to the bottom line of the company. They can now revise their financials. They are talking about GAAP improvements in this filing. There's filings. You can go to the SEC and see them yourself. If you want to watch paint dry, go. End of the day, $1.4 billion of value has shifted towards common shareholders in the first quarter of this year. Okay, so if you're asking, are they doing anything? Oh, yeah, no kidding. Are they doing everything? They have put this all together. Now, look, I was the guy who told you about the capped call financing deal they did last, weeks ago, of course, and I've been begging the company to consider a capped call financing deal for 6 months, and they finally did one. The good news is they did one. The bad news is they didn't do a $2.5 billion deal. They did an $800 million deal. But that doesn't mean they can't do another one. And that is the wild card going forward. If in the second quarter, a month from now, 6 weeks from now, 8 weeks from now, they do another one for $12.50 a share conversion. If the stock reaches $16.75 with an ultimate $25 top end cap call deal, great. That will make the shareholders even richer because they could do that deal at 1% interest. Because from the position of strength they have now, they could tell Wall Street, if you're interested, we'll do $2.5 billion on a cap call transaction, but we'll pay you 0.5% to 1% interest. That's all we're going to pay because it's coming into stock. And a year from now, this company will be on the S&P 500. SOFI is going to enter the S&P 500 a year from now. No one else is telling you this. I don't know why they won't tell you this. Maybe they're not allowed to. I don't know. This is my opinion. I'm an opinionator. The reason it's going to go into the S&P 500 is in 5 weeks from now, when they release their first quarter results, which are profitable, that's their second quarter in a row of profitability. 3 months after May, that's June, July, August, they will release their second quarter financials for this year, which is their third quarter of consecutive profits. Then September, October, November. By November, they'll release their third quarter financial for this year, which is their fourth consecutive quarter of profits. Once you've reached 4 consecutive quarter of profits, you are now over one of those thresholds to be qualified for profitability, for listing inclusion in the S&P 500. Of course, so another factor has to be that your capital value, your value of your company, your capital, what do we call it, market cap. Right now, SOFI's market cap at $7.30 a share is $7-something billion. At $25 a share, it's $25 billion. And at $25 billion capital value, this stock more than qualifies for an S&P 500 inclusion under that criteria. So one by one, the company is going to knock off. Wait a minute, Bruce. Did you just say that the stock is going to go to $25 a share in a year from now? Is that what you were intimating here, Mr. Frommer? Wait a minute, Uncle Bruce. You're not slipping this by us here. We're pretty sharp viewers. We hear everything you say, and even though we're sucking on our coffees, trying to wake the hell up at 8:41 in the goddamn morning, you're telling me that SoFi is going to be $25 a share a year from now because they're going to go into the S&P 500 after 4 consecutive earnings and the fifth coming up, and then there'll be a sixth. How can that be possible? Where are you getting this from? Uncle Bruce, you're making all this up. You're just a shill. Well, kids, as of this morning, the lid just came off of SoFi. All the institutions that bought into the $845 million deal, those guys, okay, those are hedge funds. Those are some ETFs. These are institutional investors with deep pockets who are willing to take a measly 1.25% for $845 million. Think about this. Okay, McFly, think McFly. You realize what would happen if I handed in my homework in your handwriting? Think McFly. These guys are taking 1.25% interest. Right now, they could take that $845 million, put it into a 10-year treasury with the United States government and get 4.25% interest. Why in God's green earth would they take 1.25% interest from a company that is as small as this is? This isn't a $50 billion bank. It's a $7 billion capital company at 1.25%. Because you know why? Because they know something that now you know. Well, a year from now, stock's going to be $25 a share. Why wouldn't we take this deal? I mean, what, we idiots? Of course, we'll give you $845 million here. Yeah, no problem. Can I have more? No, you can't have more. We're only raising $845 million at this point in time, and we're going to give you a conversion rate of $9.45 a share. You can get stock from us at $9.45, but it's got to trade at, what's those numbers, $11.29, did we say? And it has to then ultimately go higher. Yeah. It has to go to $15 a share for this deal to fully happen. And it's non-dilutive to the company. This deal will be done. The stock isn't going to stop at 15. You see, kids, the stock's going to go higher here because the institutions now can buy this stuff. They can now legally buy this paper because the filings have been done through the SEC. This is a done deal now, unreversible now. And now the institutions can go ahead and just freely pick up stock whenever they want, as much as they want, and tuck it into their portfolio in the 730 range where we are now, 750, 775, 8, 8.25, 8.5, 875. They're going to keep buying this stuff. They're getting it at 945. Why wouldn't they buy it under 945? Duh. That gives them a lower average. If they can buy a bunch here under $8 and then they get their whack of stock at 945, their average will be 825, 850. They're not stupid. They know. And they know they can't get the stock unless it trades above the $11, $12, $13. We talked about this. At least I've talked about this. So the shares are going to be $13 to $15. These guys are going to be into it for 8-ish if they're making their moves here like you are. Smart, isn't it? Yeah, that's how you make money in this business. You buy when no one else wants to buy. You buy when there's all this, heartache and turmoil. The stock isn't doing anything good. This is the moment. And this is what's going on. These guys know the stock is going to 25 because you see, if in the next 3 months, a month from now, 2 months, or next quarter, or the quarter after that, or the quarter after that, as they become more eligible for S&P 500, the company may well come out with a $2.5 billion financing, cap call transaction financing. And that might be exercisable at $12.50 a share, where this one was the one I just talked about is $9.45. The next one could be $12.50, or it could be convertible at $15. If the stock trades at over 20 with a $30 cap call total. This doesn't stop. This gets bigger and bigger. And the bank gets more liquid, has more cash on its hand, increases its credit calculations, and can do billions more in loans. There's something big happening here. And this is the beginning of the beginning. And most of the street doesn't get it. But the one thing the street will talk about today, they will talk about, check your YouTube thumbnails that are going to come at you now all day. $210 million shorted. 210 million shares are now short officially. on GameStop, on SoFi. And I think that the real number is over 250 million because we have the black pool and we have the off-market stuff and all the other stuff that's going on out there. There's got to be over 250 million shorted. That's too much. That's too. The breaking point has been had, and now the institutions are left to do what they want. I'm thinking I'm a hedge fund. I'm one of 3, 4, 5, 6 hedge funds that bought this $845 million deal. I'm one of 20 of them. I don't know how many there are. Are there 80 of them? I don't know. But if I'm one of those guys, I'm sitting here going, wait a minute, they filed last night? Just in time for the first quarter? In 5 weeks from now, they're going to release this improved financial report. This is pretty good. I think I'll buy the stock right now. I think I'll buy some free trading stock on the open market from stupid saps that are selling it down here. What idiot is dumb enough to sell this share right now at $7.29 a share? Well, they're out there. That's the best thing about these markets. You can make stupid decisions and others will take advantage of you. And here we go. We're going to see a run. That's my personal opinion. You decide for yourself what you think's going on. Look, GameStop came out last night. GameStop. We've been talking about this now for weeks, about this earnings thing coming up. And they finally came out with their numbers. They're always one of the last public companies every quarter to talk. They didn't even do their conference call. They don't even do a conference call anymore. Talk about going into a shell. This company is run by a guy, Mr. Cohen, who has some smarts. No doubt about it. He's not a dummy. But boy, he doesn't know how to promote a company. He has no clue how to promote anything. The guy's sitting on $1.2 billion in cash, and he could be hyping this thing like crazy. But then again, he's not a promoter, is he? I mean, is he a promoter? Can you accuse Ryan Cohen ever of being a promoter of anything? I mean, really, he doesn't do public interviews. I mean, the last interview he did was an interview with a friend that they posted, heavily edited. The guy is not available for the public to talk to. They didn't even do a conference call last night to read from a script to tell what was going on. So the stock is getting punished this morning. And that's what happens to public companies that don't talk. If you don't talk to the public goes, what are you hiding? If you're not talking, then you must be hiding something. You think the worst. I'm sorry, GameStop, but that's the way the market works. You guys in Texas have got to wake the hell up and put together a team. Cohen, you can easily find a team of people who can act as your front spokespersons to tell the world what's going to happen with this company. I don't understand how you want to keep everything so hush-hush. I don't get it. I'm not asking for you to reveal your deep, darkest corporate secrets. I'm just asking for the shareholders to have a pipeline of information that they're entitled to, but you're heading up the bare minimum. You've got your reasons. I don't know. Do I have to wait 30 years for your memoirs to find out? I'll be 98. I don't know if I'll be around long enough to know. A bunch of my followers might be around, but I have no idea. In any event, the company, good news, they made money for 2023. They made a profit. First time in a long time. Last year, they lost $300 million. The year before that, they lost $350 million. This year, they made money, 30 million, whatever the hell it was. It was a profit. 2 years ago, the company was paying interest to a bank. I believe it was Bank of America on a $450 million something thing line of credit. They were paying $28 million a year in interest 2 years ago. Last year, they made $50 million in interest on the money they've got because they don't have any debts. The debt they have in France is $28 million, almost 0%. It's a nothing burger. These guys have turned $76 million over like this. They've gone from a negative 27 or whatever million to positive 50. That didn't hurt. They've also shut down a bunch of underperforming stores. And this is evidenced by taking a look at their financials. If you bothered, if any analysts would bother, not many do, take a look at their expenses. Not the cost of goods, the admin to run the whole organization. They have offloaded underperforming stores now for 2 years. They have done layoffs for 2 years. They have cut back departments and are running this company to the bone in efficiency. That's one damn good thing they're doing. They've eliminated $400 million in expenses in 2 years. That's a ton of money they're not spending anymore. That's $100 million a quarter, not going out the front door. Their margins are higher, 3% higher. Instead of margining 22 or 25%, they're at 28 because the cost of running the company is going down. And they're still doing this. That Philadelphia warehouse that they had for distribution, they're shutting it down. The Reno distribution center never opened. They spent a few bucks on it, and then they abandoned that idea and shut it off. They're going to run everything out of Texas. Now, there's a reason why everything is going to be run out of Grapevine, Texas, just outside of, I think, Dallas. There's a damn good reason. Why? Taxes. You don't have state taxes to deal with. Texas is cheap to operate from, so they're going to run everything out of Texas. Again, no credit being given to the company there. The only talk that the company is getting from the market as a whole, they didn't deliver the gross sales they were supposed, that Wall Street was expecting them to, because Wall Street didn't pay attention to the fact that they've been shutting down underperforming locations. So you have fewer locations selling fewer goods. All the other locations are selling, but fewer, like 5,500 stores were down to 4,100 in 2 years. 1,400 stores eliminated, erased from existence, which means all that staff is gone, all that overhead is gone, all those managers and regional managers, all gone. And so you're now running 4,100 stores with the profits and sales you have. You're making a profit. The other thing that this street is not paying attention to on GameStop, there's good news. There really is. There are, I think it's 1,500 stores this year. Their leases are up this year in the U.S. 1,500 more. Now, the last year and the year before, when leases came up, they eliminated a bunch of these stores. Here we go with another 1,500, all under review. And you know they have reviewed them if you know these guys. They have reviewed their operations on every store for the last 6 months, and they've already made their hit list obvious. They know how many of the 1,500 will not be maintained. They're going to dump them. And they'll move the inventory to the other stores, and they'll reorganize and all that good stuff. And they'll let people go and all that. This is what you got to do, because there are certain malls that have become dead malls. And there are certain cities where they are better off leaving a dead mall and moving to a strip mall location, maybe amongst big box retailers where all the action is now. Maybe it's better off being near a Costco store, a big box Costco retailer, just on the other side of the parking lot, so that mom and dad can dump the kids off at GameStop, and then they can go to Costco, pick up their Costco stuff, and come and pick up the kids and head home. Let the kids spend their allowance at GameStop. There's that going on, all right? But no one's talking about it at GameStop. There's no press conference. There's no updates. No one goes on CNBC. Nothing. A reporter can't even do a story on these guys because they won't talk. They won't comment. So they're cutting their own throats, which, upsets me. Sure. In any event, if any of you out there were kind of listening to what I was saying lately, you probably wrote new contracts, options contracts on your GameStop shares, or on your deep in the money calls on GameStop. You wrote a bunch of 15s, 16s, 17s, 18s in the last week or so, because the stock was going higher and the premiums were going higher. You're all mentioning it. Oh, the premiums are up. Look at the premium prices. If you took advantage of that, guess what you're doing today? You're buying back your calls for super cheap money. And what do you do now? What do you do now as a GameStop shareholder or a deep in the money GameStop option writer, per man cover call option writer? What's your next move? You could theoretically write cash secured puts. You could write 12s, you could write 13s, you could write 15s. Forward a year to Jan 25 or Jan 26 and take as much premium as you can at these levels, with, in other words, out of the money puts or at the money puts for as much cash as you can, time premium to be paid, capital upfront premium. You could sell the shares. You could decide, next day or two, I'm going to dump these shares and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to buy deep in the money calls instead. I'm going to still hold this thing, but I'm going to do it through deep in the money options out to 2026. And I'm going to write 3 to 6 month out calls against my deep in the money options. If you can get them under the 90-10 rule that we talk about here in my lessons, great. He threw in the towel. He said, "I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm finally giving up." Okay, you can finally give up. If you dump this stuff and turn around and buy deep in the money calls in AI or Unity or other AI related type stocks, you might have a lot more premium potential from options in those investments. In other words, you're swapping this instrument, you're swapping this guitar out for that guitar, and you're writing options on that guitar with that guitar. And maybe you can bring in additional capital. There's ways to go on this going forward. You certainly can shift out of GameStop and go to SoFi. You can always do that. Dumping GameStop to buy SoFi, fair enough. Might be a way to go. Anyway, it's up to all of you to decide what to do going forward. I am waiting for something to be disclosed to the market. What the hell is Ryan Cohen doing with $1.2 billion in cash? I think he should buy SoFi myself. He should just buy SoFi. No brainer. Put $1.2 billion into SoFi, let it go to $25 a share. You've made 3.5 times your money. You've turned $1.2 billion into $4.5 billion, and your GameStop stock is worth $30 a share. Simple solution, not hard to figure out. Let Noto make you rich. I don't know. They never call me for this advice. I don't understand. Anyway, there you go. That's that. Okay, there's so much going on. We're up 165 points on the Dow right now. There's that. We're up 22 points on S&P. We're up 90 on NASDAQ. These markets are up 0.5 percentage point right now. The oil market is down 54 cents. The oil shills are out in force. Have you noticed lately? The oil shills, the promoters of oil. Oh, we're going to $100 a barrel. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. We're going to $100 a barrel. Where's my cigar? We're going to $100 a barrel here. Oh, yeah. Americans love them big old pickup trucks, and they're just going to burn that gasoline up into the sky. God's going to take care of all that carbon. Don't worry about it. God loves America. Don't worry about it. There's one problem with the $100 a barrel thing. There's one thing to worry about. Where's that photo I love showing you? Here it is. It's just one thing, okay, about the $100 barrel thing. We're drowning in this stuff. We got oil everywhere. There's oil all over the place available, and it's cheaper than the official price. Russia will sell you oil under the table. Iran is selling oil under the table. Venezuela will sell oil under the table. Cash deals. You can buy oil for $50 a barrel, all you want. I mean, all you want. All you have to do is set up some shell companies, and then you can shift it around. India is importing Russian oil at $50 a barrel, like you cannot believe. Saudi Arabia is buying oil from Russia at $50 a barrel or less. Saudi Arabia is burning Russian oil for their electrical plants to pay for to supply Saudi Arabians with electricity. Why would you burn your stuff that you can sell for $100 or $81 a barrel when you can buy this garbage for $50 and burn it off? It's a lower quality grade, and there are no pollution standards in Saudi Arabia. I mean, you think the Saudi Arabians and the Iranians and others are going to install scrubbers and release pure oxygen into the air? No, they're going to burn off this cheap Russian oil. The Chinese are buying every barrel Russia can bring it at $50 a barrel, and that's what's killing Ukrainians. $50 a barrel oil. Americans, Canadians, Europeans, they're doing the right thing. Generally speaking, overall, North Americans and Europeans are buying more fuel-efficient vehicles. They're picking up hybrids. They're picking up EVs. Certain countries are way ahead of other countries when it comes to EV adoption. Some countries are way behind other countries when it comes to EV adoption. But the overall trend is more efficient vehicles that burn fuel, much more efficient hybrid scenarios coming up, many new models from all brands, and EVs. Now, sure, you can say, oh, well, Bruce, I hear that the EV business is really in trouble. They're not selling as well as they used to. And then I go, yeah, well, have you noticed on your neighborhood streets lately how many EVs there are? They're out there. and there's more coming. The silent majority is picking up EVs and hybrids. They are. And the good old boys can yell all they want in Oklahoma and Texas and Alberta, Canada, and wherever else. At the end of the day, the oil demand is not there like it used to be, and it's coming down. And it makes more sense for property owners to build new homes in new subdivisions and anything else and retrofit existing homes with solar panels. It makes more sense to do that than not have solar panels. And so this conversion into energy from burning stuff, which is a $1,700, $1,800 invention, it's only 200-300 years old, to the idea of harnessing the star that is in the sky every day that shoots more energy at the Earth in 24 hours than we can use for an entire decade. We don't take advantage of all that power that's just coming at us. We get skin cancer from it, we get sunburns from it, but we don't harness it to make electricity like we could. We're getting better at it, and it will continue on, because as more entities absorb solar for electricity and store it in batteries overnight to have it for the next morning, the more oil that will be available for anyone else. Soon there'll be a glut of oil, global glut of oil, no matter what the cutbacks are. Because right now, Russia is artificially trying to cut back production. So is Saudi Arabia. They're trying to force the price higher by doing artificial cutbacks. This is a sign of a dying market. This is how a market dies, is when the suppliers hold back supplies to try to raise prices. That's telling a layman like me and all of you out there, we are drowning in this crap. It's everywhere. And the technology to bring oil up out of the ground is continuing to improve. I was told in 1969 that by 1975 we'd be out of oil because those 1950 oil fields aren't going to be producing oil anymore in the 60s and the 70s. And then lo and behold, the price went to $40 a barrel, and it went to $80 a barrel, then it went to $100 a barrel. And all of these engineers figured out how to extract more oil from these 1950 oil fields than they ever thought possible. I don't know if you know this, but a typical oil field from way back in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, oil companies were expecting to get just 1/10 of the oil out of the ground from an oil field, and then it would be run dry. They would call that run dry now. And they'd walk away from it. And in the 70s and the 80s, many oil companies left behind oil fields all over the US and Canada and elsewhere that had run dry. And then these small entrepreneurial guys came around, and some of the employees of these big oil companies who saw beyond what their bosses saw formed their own little oil and gas companies and decided to do water injection wells, to do shale oil drilling, to come up with chemical pressurization techniques to get more oil out of the ground. This is what the energy business runs on now. Enhanced recovery techniques. Fancy English. I try to stay away from these words. They figured out how to bring more oil out of the ground from old fields. And now we have oil coming out of the ground in Pennsylvania like you can't believe, and Indiana and Saskatchewan and northern British Columbia. Alaska's oil future is good for another 100 years because the fields will never run dry. The techniques to keep producing from those fields continues on. So oil is going to be with us forever if we want it. The catch is, how many of us are going to use less of it? That's the question. There you go. So the markets are looking great this morning. SOFI is about to blow, in my humble opinion. The 200 million shorted position, I'll show you one more time, this little statement. You can find this for yourself. There it is right there. The number of shares shorted on SOFI, 209.9 million shares. 23.2% of the float, that number right there. That is higher than GameStop. There are more shares shorted on SOFI on a percentage against the free float than on GameStop. That is how significant this number is. SOFI is rapidly becoming one of the top 5 most shorted stocks on the stock exchange. That means it's going to blow. It's. I've seen this movie before, and they made a movie about this before. Actually, they've actually made a movie. They just released it last year. I have seen this, and millions of others have seen this. And the more this short position rises, the bigger the blow off is going to be. And if the street figures out, once the street wakes the hell up and understands that this company is about to report its second consecutive quarterly profit, which means it's only 2 more quarterly profits away from 4 consecutive quarterly profits, thereby qualifying for an S&P 500 inclusion. As soon as analysts start talking that talk, a whole bunch of investors are going, what do you mean? SoFi could become part of the S&P 500, which means they'll be part of the S&P 500 banking index. They'll be part of the 500 financial index. They'll be part of the 500 this index, that index. Every index mutual fund, every index ETF will have to buy SoFi stock to reflect the value of the S&P 500. When you're part of the S&P 500, they have to buy the stock. You break this thing over $15 a share, $25 a share, you'll have every institution in the world that will be able to buy this stock. Profitable company, over $10 a share, qualifies this stock for a whole bunch of other acquirers and long-term holders. Noto knows this. Anthony Noto is aware of all of this. And the first quarter has come and gone, and $1.4 billion of value has shifted from preferred shareholders and from a cash deal over to the common shareholders. The common shareholders are $1.5 billion richer on paper today than they were yesterday. The street is going to figure this out. Too late for those who are selling down here. Can't help these morons. Anyone who sold in the last 3 weeks, can't help you. I can't help you. Sorry, you're not a member of this channel. You don't watch this channel. I mean, there's 413 people here right now. I got my little thing up here. 413 people are watching right now. Are going, what? 1.4, 1.5 billion just shifted to the common shareholders of SoFi? Yeah. And we have 210 million shorted. What? And there's 150 million shares that have been taken off the street that are now reserved for the rollover of the $845 million in debt into stock at $9.45 a share. What? $9.45 a share? We're trading at $7.30, and it can't go to $9. You can't do the $9.45 deal unless the stock trades at $11.39 or $11.45 a share. What? It has to go to 11 what? No, that won't happen unless the stock goes to $15, because at $15, the money made by SoFi on their call option will fund the entire conversion of their debt into stock, which was stock that is free trading stock, not from the treasury. And there are people going, what? I didn't know that. I didn't know how do they do that? What? How come no one else is talking about this? Very few understand it. It's go time. It's go time. Shorters right now who are shorting the stock have no idea what's about to happen to them. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be vicious. It ain't pretty. But those who are long this stock and those who've written cash secured puts, you're going to have yourself a good old time coming up. It's going to be fun, fun, fun. I'm noticing GameStop is trying to recover from its low this morning of this $12.20 range or whatever. It's now $13.20 a share as the stock slowly comes back up. Don't be surprised if GameStop reaches $13.50, $14. That's where we were a week ago. We aren't like at all-time new lows and all-time heartache and all that stuff. We're just going to be where we were a week or so ago. The stock went to 15-ish, and now it's kind of back here, and they're profitable now. The first quarter coming up, that again we're talking now for SoFi. So GameStop, I guess we're talking about February, March, and April. The end of April will be the end of the quarter. That will be a profitable quarter. Every quarter going forward will be profitable for GameStop as well, by the way. Now, theoretically, 4 consecutive quarters of profitability for GameStop could make the company S&P 500 eligible. Let's not go there. This is not the same as SoFi with its situation. But for GameStop, if Mr. Cohen is going to do something with this $1.2 billion, and the fact that Mr. Cohen also has $500 million available financing anytime he wants it, because they have a standard line of credit he can get his hands on. Although I think they reduced it to $250 million. Doesn't matter. Mr. Cohen probably could get his hands on another $2 billion in cash like that, because he too could probably put a deal together for GameStop, a cap call transaction financing that GameStop could get into. So if GameStop were to acquire a cash flowing something that they want to buy and take over, he's got 1.2 billion in cash on hand. He can get his hands on another 2-3 billion like that through a cap call financing deal that would probably be converted into GameStop shares at about, I'd say, $16 a share if it trades at 20 and ultimately goes to 32. That would be the deal he could pull off anytime he wants. Now he could do it anytime he wants. So there's a lot of potential here for GameStop. Why would Wall Street want to do a deal with GameStop under those kinds of conditions? Because if the acquiring entity, the actual prize that he's going after, is a profitable generating cash flow machine, they'll go, oh yeah, okay, that funds itself. Yeah, no problem. That's added to your funding of your stores, which are now profitable. Yeah, profits on top of profits, larger company. Yeah, sure, we'll take stock at $16 a share anytime because your stock's going to go to 40. Yeah, sure. That's how I see it. But again, I'm just a small YouTube channel. I'm a guy in front of a computer asking you to like me. Just listen to me in plain English. I'm just trying to tell you there's some possibilities here. But GameStop has got to speak. They have got to talk. It would really help. Now, I understand. If I were Ryan Cohen and I'm sitting going, Bruce, I hear you. Bruce, everything you're saying is right. I would love to talk, Bruce. I'm dying to talk, but I can't talk. Why not? Because I'm in the middle of negotiations on a $5 billion acquisition. I got 1.2 billion in cash over here, and I got a potential cap call transaction deal over there. I had to get through the first quarter financials, these quarters financials. I had to get through this. I couldn't do anything until after we released these financials, which were done last night. Now the gloves are off. I can now do a deal. And maybe that's exactly what's going on. Maybe in reality, in the next 20 to 30 days, we are going to see a deal done by GameStop. We are going to get a press release saying, we just bought company blah for $5 billion. How'd you do that? Then we'll get all the details on how they did that, including a cap call transaction, which could run the shares of good old GameStop to $25, $30 a share or more. Then he might speak. Maybe, and if that's the case, you have my blessing to do whatever you need to do. But you could use a bit of a PR department that runs it a little better than that, because I think you're a little too quiet. Again, I get it. If you're like too quiet, you got to read into that. Why is he so quiet? I'm just kind of, I do the best I can with what I have, people. I'm a one-man band here. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for becoming members of this channel lately. A bunch of you folks have become Gold Bagel members. We are at the highest level of Gold Bagel membership ever. In the history of this channel, the highest number ever. I appreciate this very much. There are more Gold Bagel members than Chillin' with Uncle Bruce members, because you can become a member of this channel for $10 a month. But to become a Gold Bagel member, you got to cough up $25 a month. There are more of those than the 10s. Why is that? I think you kind of know, especially those who are Gold Bagel members. You know why you're a Gold Bagel member versus being a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member. Thank you all. This keeps us on the air. This channel generates more revenue from memberships than advertising. And it's not even close. Like, it's 90% of revenues coming in is this. Advertising is a nothing burger. But good news for this channel is that YouTube gets 30% of the membership money. They collect it, they handle it, they do all that. They get 30%. I get 70%. That's what keeps us going. The advertising is just a couple of extra bucks here and there, because when I have 423 people watching me live, how much advertising you think YouTube made today off of you guys? $4, $6, I mean, $10? What? Not a lot. So it's this. And so thank you for believing in this channel and enjoying and taking advantage of the info that I'm trying to give you. I'm trying to make you richer as best as I can. There's easy money to be had out there, guys. You just have to know where to get it. Look, let's take a look at some of our stocks here. We're 14 minutes away from opening. I'm noticing Rocket Lab at $4.10 a share. When will this thing go to $6, $8? Everyone's asking, so am I. At the meantime, you can write cash secured puts, $4 cash secured puts. You can write $5 cash secured puts all the way up to 2026. Take money off the table. You've had your chance now for weeks. If you've done it, you've done it. If you haven't done it, don't cry to me when this thing takes off. But it's okay. SoFi 730 up a dime. GameStop down 230 at 13.20. Matterport is up 4 cents. 23andMe still sitting at 49 cents a share. Spire 11.85. It's up 20 this morning. I have nothing on ATIP this morning. Smart Rent 267. Apple is at $170.68, up 96 this morning. I have Goldman up $1.80. I've got Cisco up 20 cents. Tesla's up again today. It was up $5 yesterday. It's up 346 now. 181.13 on your Tesla. ARC Innovations now 50.83, up 79 cents. Microsoft up $1.57 to 4.23. Pfizer's up a nickel. HPQ's up 18 cents. Google is up 68 to 152.38. Amazon is up $1.33 to 179.64. Nvidia is up $5.31 after losing $24 yesterday. Now up $5.60 at $9.31 a share. Unity up 28 cents. AI up 39 cents. Adobe up $4 to $511.78. That stock wants to go back to $530, $550. Spiders are up 258. The Qs are 280 higher. The Netflix shares are down 63 cents. IBM is up 74. Meta Platforms this morning up $4 at $500 a share. Vanex Semiconductors up $1.25. Home Depot up $1.08. Enphase up 146. Palantir up 25 cents to 25.15. Uber Technologies up 93 cents a moment ago, and Coinbase up $8 to 274 at the moment. That is the story. We're sticking to it. That's what we've got. We're watching a lot of stuff going on. Today could be a breakout day for your SoFi shares. GameStop, it'll figure itself out here, but the company has to speak. And the analysts are going to be all over this company, although it's only probably 3 or 4 calling this thing. They'll be all over it, calling for the company to be wound up and they're done for, and keep ignoring the fact that they have $1.2 billion in cash and they now make money. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be around for a long time. Anyway, what can I tell you? It is what it is. Welcome all to the program, to the show. For your hopes, dreams, aspirations. Those of you who want to quit your day jobs, can I blame you? Can't blame you. Man, oh man, there's opportunities galore here to be able to quit your day jobs. Look, a couple of trades I would recommend here to keep an eye on. Of course, Rocket Lab, cash secured puts, $4 or $5 each, piece of cake. SoFi, cash secured puts while it's under 8. Make your move. $7 cash secured puts, 750s, 8s, 9s, 10s. Knock yourself out. GameStop, now at these levels, it's time to write cash secured puts. You might want to write 1250s, 13s, take cash, go way out, like 2026, and take the money. Why not? Matterport, $1.82 a share. Just buy the stock, load up on it. They're about to go profitable as a corporation. A Smart Rent, same thing. They're about to go green. They will have higher upgrades, but at 267, it's frustrating. It is what it is. On Apple at 170, you can write cash secured. You can write credit spreads. Put credit spreads on Apple. You could probably look at 130s to 140 in that range, maybe 150, anywhere in that level. $10 spreads, maybe 20. Depending on what kind of credit you want to get your hands on. On the upside for call credit spreads, you could look at Apple call credit spreads, probably 190 to 210 in that neighborhood there. Goldman Sachs, oh yes, put credit spreads easily, 350 to 400 320 to 350, 360 easily in that range. Pardon me. Cisco, you can go after deep in the money calls and write poor man covered calls on this. Tesla, you can definitely do put credit spreads in this 30 to 150 range, and you can do call credit spreads, I would say 210 to 250, anywhere in there. ARC Innovations, I'd be looking at put credit spreads maybe 35 to 42, and then call credit spreads around this 70 say 58 to 65.70, somewhere in there. Microsoft, respect this stock. Put credit spreads 350, 340 to 390, 380, 390. I'd stay 40 behind this stock. On the call side, you want to be at least $50 ahead of this thing. 475 to 500. You got to be careful. Pfizer, buy the stock, write calls, or buy deep in the money calls and write calls. HBQ, same thing. Buy the stock or buy deep in the money calls and write. Google, 152 right now. $100 to $130 credit spreads for puts. And on the call side, 170 to 200. Amazon, put credit spreads in this, the stock's just under 180. I'd be looking at about 130 to 160 with call credit spreads, 200 to 220, somewhere up there. NVIDIA, definitely a minimum of 100 behind the stock. You want to be 800 to 830s, 750s to 820, 830. There's your range. Anywhere in there, you can do put credit spreads. Call credit spreads on NVIDIA, you better be looking at $1,100 to $1,200. This thing is going to break 1,000, and watch out after that. Unity, 2703, buy the stock, buy deep in the money calls, write calls. AI, 2741 a share, same ballpark pricing. I do the same thing there. Adobe, 512 a share. I would be looking at put credit spreads 440 to 480 in that range. Stay behind the stock. On the call side, I would be 560 to 600, maybe 570 to 610, something like that. Alrighty. Spider, 521 on Spiders. You want to do credit spreads about 50 to 60 behind the stock. So you're going to be looking at 460 down to 420, 440 to 460 on the put. On the call side, call credit spreads 575 to 600, 580 to 620, way up there. Netflix, 628. You want to be 100 behind the stock or 70, 80 ahead. Invesco Qs are same thing, about 10, 12% behind the stock and or the same ahead of it. 446 is where we're at right now, so under 400 and over 500. IBM, this is one of those stocks you can buy, take the dividend, and then write calls against it. I don't know if you can make any money on credit spreads on IBM. It doesn't have the volatility of other stocks. Meta Platforms, though, there is volatility. I would be at least 60 behind the stock, so I'd be looking at 400 to 440 on the puts, and then I would be at least 50 ahead of the stock, 550 to 600 on the calls, credit spreads. Vanik Semiconductors, I'd be about 30 behind and about 20 ahead. A Home Depot, I would be about 40 behind the stock, and I'd be about 30 ahead of the stock. Enphase, I don't know what to tell you. It's 110 a share. It fluctuates from 90 to 130 like no one's business. You really got to watch yourself there. Put credit spreads, boy, I'd be at like 70 to 90 maybe. Calls, 130 to 150 maybe. Palantir, one of these stocks that you either buy the stock and write calls, you buy deep in the money calls and write poor man cover calls. That might be the place with Palantir, just like AI and Unity. Uber, $78. Put credit spreads up to about 65, so 55, 65. Call credit spreads, I'd be looking at not too far out, 90 to 100. I'd be careful to stay ahead of this, maybe even 95 to 110. Be careful, this will go. Coinbase, 275. I don't have an opinion on it because it's all crypto based, and I just kind of keep an eye on it because they did do a cap call financing a couple of weeks ago. So I'm just kind of watching out of the corner of my eye, but I'm not interested in running on that. There you go. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. We're coming up to 4 minutes until the opening. And I note that the SOFI is trading at 731. It's been kind of capped here all morning. If you catch my drift, it's been capped here all morning. The 727 price is kind of where it's been hanging around at. And now the question is, when do they lift the cap? And that could be at the bell. We'll see what happens with that. The days of SoFi in the low sevens could be almost at an end now that we have 210 million shorted, 50 million more than just 2 weeks ago, certainly 50, 60 more than a month ago. These are all-time record highs and all-time record high percentage of shorted against free float. This is something else. 160-point gain on the Dow, 24 on S&P, 103 on NASDAQ is where we're at right now, everybody. We've got a nice opening here. We'll see if it has legs and sticks around a while. We'll find out. Thank you all for joining me and being part of the show today. Very much appreciate you being here. We're going to go comment for members of the channel. Please become a member and let me know, how long have you been a member? Let us know, how long have you been a member? Tell the world how long you've been a member of this channel. I love it when people see viewers who will say, I've been a member of this channel for a year, a Gold Bagel member, or I've been a Gold Bagel member for 2.5 years, and they do the math. They go, wait a minute, that's 30 months at $25 a month. This guy spent $750 to be a member of this channel in 2.5 years. Why would they do that? Why would people spend that kind of money? $300 a year to be a member of this channel. You can watch other channels, and comment for nothing. It's because they're making more money than that. I need to find you a trade or 2 or 3 or 5 where you can make more than $25 profit in a month. That's all I have to. This is easy for me. This is simple. I recommend to you a credit spread on NVIDIA, $120 behind the stock with a month left to go, and you bring in a $250 credit. That's $250 a contract. You do 5 of those, you make $1,250 in a month. That's 4 years of this right here. That's one recommendation. Let's do another one. And what you learn here on how to become an option writer, you're taking the classes that I've offered and you're hanging out with this gang of regulars. You're going to do this for the rest of your life. You're not going to do it while I'm on the air. You're going to do this for the rest of your life. Welcome to the party, pal. Lorraine, I have been a member for 30 months. There you are, right there. Lorraine knows what she's doing. Join Lorraine. Don't be a loser. Become a winner and join Lorraine. How about Larry Titus? Maybe you want to do what Larry does. Larry seems to be quite happy around here. 36 months, a member of this channel. There's something to be said about these viewers being around as long as they've been around. Some are charitable, I suppose, but actually they're all here to make money. It's a funny thing. We all love being charitable as we make money. That's a common theme. White Feather, good morning. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. Those of you who've been hitting the thumbs up button, I've been appreciating it. Hector, thumbs up 173, Bruce. Richard, Carlin, 3 years, 10 days. I've been here 3 years, 36 months and 10 days I've been a member. Thank you, Richard, so very much. All of you, let us know how long you've been a member of this channel. How long have you been a member of this channel? Unbelievable how long people have been here. Kids, SoFi is about to go. It's about to happen. Get out of its way. Watch out. Don't miss the boat. I don't know how many times I have to keep saying it, but I keep saying it. I'm not giving up on you. Thank you all very much. Thumbs up meter growing, going for 200. We're at 178, and we're going higher. Thank you all for everything. Your support of this channel is amazing. All right, kids, we're about to open here. Larry is hitting the bells. I think it's been done, so let's get on with it. Let's let this party get started. 1303 on GameStop. Last I saw, we'll keep an eye on that too. We have a lot to watch, a lot to follow. You guys, there's money to be made in them there hills, and we're in the hills. Here we go. Melvin, I've been a member for 2 months. I just got here. Nobody. I've been here 3 weeks, and I'm loving this. Cindy, member for 26 months. Thank you, Cindy B. Appreciate your following of this channel. We are showing the Dow right now up 227. We're up 236. We have even more buying on the sidelines than you know. It's looking good this morning. SoFi 728. Waiting to see what this market is going to do. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the party, pals. Nice to have you here. Spire's up 35. Nvidia's up 542. Adobe up $6. The Dow up 212. JJ, bells. Riel, I've been here 2 weeks. Willie, number 182 on the thumbs up meter, Bruce. You're definitely going for 200 thumbs ups, no doubt about it. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome all, and thank you for joining us. It's nice to have you here. The GameStop opening volume is now showing 1.8 million as an early salvo of trading. We'll see how that plays out. $13.30 a share. SoFi opening volume, just 1 million shares. There is nothing for sale here at 7:30. There's nothing. 1 million. It's a nothing burger. That tells me we're about to go. The lid has been lifted on SoFi. Nothing's going to hold it back. The filings are done. The deal is done. The the checks have been cashed. The payoffs have been made. The loans have been repaid. And now the first quarter is ending in 4 days. And the auditors are going to be able to tell SoFi management, well, based on your performance in the first quarter and the fact that you don't have to pay $60 million in interest anymore to anybody going forward, we think we can help you revise your financials. We can help revise your earnings estimates for the balance of the year. Gee whiz, no kidding. You think it's going to be higher? Yes, I do. Substantially? Yes, I do. That could move the market to 15 a share. Well, that would wipe out the $840 million of offering, which would mean another restatement. Because if you're not paying 1.25% interest on $845 million, you don't have to pay out $10 million a year in interest. That you got to restate your financials again. That means the stock could go higher. Yes, it does. Makes it more eligible for the S&P 500. Yes, it does. It sort of feeds on itself. It's kind of like a pattern. There's like a pattern of legitimacy, a pattern of wealth, a pattern of growth. Yeah, it's like a domino effect in the right direction. It's interesting how this is happening at SoFi. Very interesting. 732 up 12 cents. $12.91, $13 on GameStop. We're up 270 on the Dow now. 270 point gain on the Dow. Make it 280. We're up 27 on S&P, 66 on NASDAQ. The Dow is leading the way higher, 0.75%. We're up 0.55 on S&P. We're up 0.4 on NASDAQ. And we've got oil up down 44 cents, which is 0.55 in percentage point. 81.18 on oil. It's going lower. Thank you all for joining me. Welcome to the party, everybody. Those of you who have written GameStop calls, today might be a very good day to buy back some of these calls that you wrote for some nice premiums lately and take the money off the table and consider your next move. And that can be a variance of moves. We'll get into that. We're up almost 300 on the Dow to start the morning. The Dow is going for 40,000. We're at 39,568. The Dow wants to go to 40,000. Adobe up $8. Nvidia at $9.20, down $5. Spire up 22 cents. SoFi 730 to 732. GameStop 13.24. Rocket Lab 410 up 4. AI up 40. The spiders are up 270. The Qs are up 221. Uber's up 60 cents. Apple is up 90 cents. Enphase up 454. AMD up $1.17. Netflix up 22. Tesla's up 115. Matterport is up 4. We've got SmartRent up a penny. We've got Unity up 34. Google down 4 cents. Moderna up 18. Cisco up 5. Pfizer up 5. IBM up 78. HPQ down 4 cents. Microsoft up $1.38. Amazon up 92 cents. Home Depot's up 240. Vanik Semiconductors up 70. Goldman Sachs up $4. Boeing up $2. Meta, Facebook up 82 cents. Target up 140. JP Morgan up $1.46. Costco is up 4.28. Walmart up 45 cents. Disney's up 178. American Airlines $15 a share, up 9 cents. AMC up 4 cents. DraftKings up 40. Royal Caribbean down 54 cents at the moment. Welcome to the party, pal. Glad to have you all in here. It's lovely to see all of you, and I'm excited just how rich some of you guys are going to get with some of these moves. There's no doubt about it. We've got Brian. Uncle Bruce, should I roll my GameStop cash secured puts? I sold yesterday a $13.50 strike for 74 cents. Maybe roll out to next week. I need to wait for the market to settle, I think. So you wrote cash secured put. Did you wrote puts, I'm not exactly sure what you've done here. Did you bring money in at 74 cents? Not exactly sure what you did on that. Or did you write covered calls? and they're backing. I'm not sure what's going on. I sold puts. You wrote puts. So cash secured puts. In theory, you don't have to do anything really. You've done the 1350s. The stock's at 1350 right now, and so you don't have to do anything. Just sit on your cash and enjoy. No need to do anything here at this point. Red candles everywhere, says BW. Red candles everywhere. That could be good for the market, actually. We'll see what happens. 729 on SoFi. 1350 on GameStop. 410 on Rocket Lab. Spire up 7. Nvidia is now down $10 at 915, where Adobe's up 5. The Dow's up 281. S&P's up 27. Nasdaq's up 50 points at the moment. So we have a divergence going on here in some of these guys. See what's going to happen. Those of you who've sold calls on your GameStop, you may find that as GameStop is now 1359 and climbing, you may find that the profits have quickly evaporated on covered calls because the stock is bouncing up. It's only down $1.92. It was down $3 in the pre-market this morning, and now it's down $1.89, 1361. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What is going to happen with GameStop? I'm wondering also whether now that we've got the financials out, will other press releases start coming out on GameStop? In other words, the other shoe is going to drop. We got the first shoe dropping. Now the second shoe comes. I don't know. Is that with the 1.2 billion? Or are they waiting until next week? Mind you, their quarter ended, so they don't have to wait till next week. They can announce anytime they want. We'll see what's going on. Okay. It expires tomorrow, Bruce. These hopefully it stays at the 1350 level. Ethereum, I can be assigned if the price is under 1350, or would it need to be 1276? Under 1350, you could be assigned. 1351 is where the shares are at. The contract has zero value. I'm seeing it also at 1370 as well here. If the shares climb into the 14 level today, these puts could go down to 20-25 cents. You might just buy them back for a little profit. Keep an eye. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. You got it. Honeybee. There we go. Credit Savage. Good morning, my fellow simpletons and degenerates. Are you ready for another day of glory? SoFi showing weakness. Time for 691 stinkers. Let's go. Those paper-handed weenie babies are giving it away. I think anyone selling SoFi is nuts, but we're 732. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't think there's downside. I think with 210 million shorted, that number is a massive rise in shorts. I think the shorts are on the wrong side of this market by a mile. 732. We'll see what happens. SoFi volume now in 9 minutes is only 2 million shares. There's nothing here. There's nothing for sale. It's up 11 cents on 2 million shares. If this was a down day, there'd be 30 million shares. There's no stock for sale. I think they're running out. Maybe the shorters can't borrow anymore. That's another question. With 210 million shorted, maybe they can't borrow much at the moment. We'll see. GameStop 1330 down 219. We're gonna do a lot of this fluctuating here today. GameStop right now on 3.9 million volume. Obviously, these 1350 puts are right now worth 19 cents book value. That's all they're worth. So, Brian, relax. Watch your shrinkage happen here. That's most likely what's going to happen. These contracts are going to shrink out. If these shares bounce to 1380 later today, 50-cent jump from here, your contracts are worthless, running out of time. They'll be at 10, 20 cents quickly. You'll decide when to pull the pin on that. Rock and roll, man. Rock and roll. All right. Interesting how you can make money even when the stock goes down. It's amazing. Okay. 310-point gain on the Dow. Look at that. Very nice. Up 30 now on S&P. We're up 0.8 of a percentage point on the Dow, 0.56 on S&P, and we're up 0.3 on NASDAQ right now. That's what we got. Oil down 51 cents a barrel. And there you go. Carnival, the cruise line, reports smaller loss and record-breaking volumes. The stock is down after earnings. Carnival is going to lose more money. They're going to lose more because this is as good as the business gets. They're at the zenith of their business. They're fully booked. They're running ships at 105, 110%. They're running into mechanical problems on some of their older ships because they are running them into the ground trying to make money. Carnival is running ships as hard as they can run them for as much money as humanly possible, and it's having an effect of all kinds of problems. There were 2 deaths on one of their Holland America ships the other day on a maintenance issue. There are technical issues on some of their ships. They just had a fire on the the Carnival Freedom, second fire in 2 years. That ship is offline for a couple of weeks. Going to get its tail taken off again. Has to rebuild another one. Carnival has issues with all of their different cruise lines. Royal Caribbean's having issues. Royal Caribbean's Brilliance of the Seas offline. The ship has got technical problems. The engines are shot. These guys are running their 20 and 25-year-old ships hard to try to make money for their bankers, and their bankers want their money back. They kept these guys alive during COVID. These guys cannot run their ships as hard as they're running them. That's why they're building private islands and private resorts. Like 145 miles away from Miami is Coco Key, the island resort that they've built. They want to use a cruise ship to move people 145 miles to a private island and let them play on a water park all day long and lie on the beach and hang out under a cabana and haul in millions of dollars a day in cash from their existing clients, because they can't make enough by keeping him on the ship the whole time. They don't spend enough money on board. So they're going to do these island experiences, but you're not going into Nassau to walk the streets. Oh, no, because you might buy a T-shirt from a store. Better off to buy a Coco Key T-shirt at Coco Key from Royal Caribbean itself, and they keep all the revenue for themselves. And they're building now new resorts. Royal Caribbean building one in Mexico. They're building another one now in the Bahamas and elsewhere. This is a big business, and these guys are having trouble making it work. Ships keep rotting in salt water. That's what ships do. They last 30, 35 years, and then they're done for. And every ship Carnival has, Norwegian has, Royal Caribbean has, is mortgaged to the hilt with their bankers, and all their bonds are junk bonds. And that's why Carnival today reports a loss. With 110% occupancy, they're losing money. How can that be? Well, I know, high interest rates for their debt. That's all. Unbelievable. Anyway, there you go. Welcome, everybody. Parker Ivy, mega stink right for GameStop, $12.50 cash secured puts at the beginning of the week. I think I'll ride this one up until the end. Expires tomorrow. I got a 109 credit. Savage of Wall Street. Uncle Bruce AI is being shorted way more than SOFI, and it's still going nowhere. I'm going to wait till they short SOFI at 30%. Then I'll just be holding my precious shares for dear life. The Savage of Wall Street, yet RCL is 135 a share. Why the face? They're promoting it like you can't believe on Wall Street, because their institutional investors are into the bonds, and they're trying to promote the stock to keep their institutional investors calm, to not cash out of the bonds. They're in so deep you can't believe it. Zeta State Uncle Bruce, I have 30 GameStop, $15 strike sold for $2 each. Expires April. I feel I'll just wait it out. Okay. Tell me what those who were on the fence writing GameStop yesterday before earnings made the call. Sold cover calls always be writing white, because you can roll if you went the other way. AKA up. There you go. Richard Wedbush has a 560 target on GameStop. There you go. Thank you, Wedbush. Are you surprised? Is anyone surprised of any analyst on GameStop? 1302 on the stock right now. SoFi 724, Spire 1177, Nvidia down 15 at 910, Adobe up 370, the Dow up 305, S&P up 29.8, and the Nasdaq up 47 points. Welcome all to the party. Welcome all to the show. Welcome where we try to explain the markets in plain English to you as to what's going on. The AI shares are $26.98, down 8 cents. I agree. There's a huge short position on AI, has been for years. The AI surprised everybody 2 weeks ago with higher earnings, higher sales. This isn't a 1 month anomaly. This is going to happen again and again and again. The shorters of AI will get crushed sooner or later. But until the market really rallies behind AI and just buys it up to $50 a share, these shorters are going to try to make it look ugly. They're desperate because they're out perhaps billions of dollars if they're wrong. And I think they're dead wrong, but that's, again, just my opinion. Uber down 6 cents a share at $77.85. It will go higher. That stock will reach the mid-90s to the 100 level before the year is up, my humble opinion. The Qs are up 157. The spiders are up 266. Apple's up 255 at 172.26. Enphase up 353. AMD up 51 cents. We got a Netflix down 570, Tesla down 79 cents. So Tesla has reversed its run. It got as high today in the morning at 181.50, and it's now 176.80. So it's given up $5 quickly this morning from its little run today. Matterport 184.5, up 3.5 cents. Smart Rent down 2.5. Orange Corning OC up 84 cents. ATIP is $6. Unity 26.98, up 28 cents. Google up 89 cents to 152.59. Moderna down $1.20. Cisco up to 24 cents. Pfizer unchanged. IBM up 65 cents. HPQ up 9. Microsoft up 2.17. ME down a penny and a half at 47 cents. Amazon up 37 and Home Depot up 3.20 at the moment. Vatic down 46 cents. Goldman Sachs now 410 a share, up $4. Boeing up $2. Meta down 148. Target up 150. JP Morgan up $1. Costco up 339. Walmart down 44. Disney up 139. American Airlines down to 14.90, giving up a bit of ground. AMC is up 2.5 cents at 4.09. DraftKings up 5 cents. Royal Caribbean up 96 cents to 137.83, which makes no sense whatsoever. And yet here we are with Royal Caribbean higher. What can I tell you? It's insanity. All right, what's going on? 15s, would you roll them? Yeah, yesterday. I would have rolled them yesterday. I told you yesterday. I begged you yesterday. I begged you last week. I begged you the week before that. You didn't do anything, but you still are okay. You're still winning. I just don't know what to do. I'm hoping your calls have really crapped out, and that you can buy them back for pennies on the dollar. And you could now write 14s for January 2025 for a lot more money. You could do that, but I don't know if you're going to do anything. I don't know, Zed. You don't seem to want to trade at all. Spicy, I sold 50 $17 calls on GameStop 30 days ago for $1.50. I just bought back at 15 cents. Zed could have done that. He didn't do that. Beach Boy, okay, gamblers, you forced my hand. I wrote 20 GameStop Jan 2025 10s cash secured puts 201. Are you happy now? I just took 201 off the table. And so Beach Boy is saying to the GameStoppers, I'll buy your stock from you for $7.99. Give it to me. I'll take it off your hands for $7.99. Nicely done, Beach Boy. Paul Champas, how do you think the RH/SoFi plays out? Robinhood SoFi. I'm starting to think Robinhood will make SoFi Invest obsolete given its far superior UI, 1% deposit match, 5% APR in cash, debit, credit card. Good luck. Knock yourself out with Robinhood. Would I put my money on Noto and his team versus the Robinhood guys who are just grateful to be here from Romania? End of story. That's the end of that. All right, 320-point gain on the Dow. Looking real good here. This market wants to keep going. The Dow wants to go to 40,000. It's now 39,604. There you go. Interesting market. 728 on SoFi, up 8. GameStop 1336 coming on against 1348. It wants to make another move higher. GameStop, high of the day, SoFi, 1372. It might reach 14 today. It might just do that. Snapback rally, the numbers aren't that bad. The market thinks SoFi is dead. The market doesn't get it. They just don't understand what GameStop has been doing for 2 years under Cohen. But that's because Cohen doesn't talk. And so there you go. So Cruise line Carnival anticipates a $10 million income loss tied to the bridge collapse in Baltimore because they have different cruise lines that use the Baltimore port along with Carnival. So there is that. I don't know if there's any cruise ships caught inside that port. I don't think there were. I think they're all out at sea. None of them were inside the Baltimore port because if they are, they could be in there for months. I do not know what the story is on that. 1340 on GameStop with a high of 1372 so far today. All right, 728 up 8 on SoFi. Volume on SoFi now In 21 minutes, 3.2 million shares, very light on SoFi. There's nothing for sale. GameStop 1340 now, 5.6 million, very heavy for late as of late. When you look at normal GameStop volume, this is quite good, but someone's buying it. Who's buying all this GameStop? It was down to 12.20 in the pre-market. Who's buying it up now to 13.40, 13.50 a share? Who would do that? Why would people buy GameStop share? Maybe they've got 1.2 billion cash in the bank. Maybe they're making money now. Maybe now is not the time to sell GameStop. Maybe now is the time to buy GameStop because it's at the low. Maybe this is the time you buy when everyone else wants out. You do the opposite. You do a George Costanza. Victoria liked George. Yes, George, live at home. I am unemployed. I live with my parents. Hi, Victoria says. Well, maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. I'm just wondering. Anyway, there you go. Interesting. Yeah. Anyone having fun around here yet? Welcome, everybody, to the show. Thank you for joining this channel as subscribers. Thank you for thumbs ups. Thank you for becoming members of this channel. Thank you for upgrading your membership to Gold Bagel member. Thank you for taking classes. Congratulations if you've been taking classes. We've had a number of new students join the party here lately, and I appreciate that. And I congratulate many of you who have stepped up to become new class takers. Timothy is here. We've got, Felix is here. Jonathan is in here. Anton is in here. New and existing class people. Shop Consulting is here. Earl, as always. Drake, Dana, James, Van. We got a bunch of people here who've been grabbing classes this last several weeks and months. Have been coming in here, and I congratulate you. I like the look of the future for you guys. You're going to be writers. Some of you are writers already. You've already started writing. You're earning while you're learning. In effect, the option premiums you're making is more than paying for your membership and your classes. And so you figured it out. Well done. Oh boy, JR, Benjamin, have you been listening today or yesterday, this week, this month, the last few years? Anything? Have you done anything? Thank you, JR. John, hello everybody. John Anderson, how you doing there, pal? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the party today. Goodness. All right, 726 on SoFi, 1330 on GameStop, 1193 on Spire, Dow's up 305. Giddy up. BW, when I was a young boy in Bulgaria, did I say this correctly, Ken? What a shame of hearing that was. Sham, Robinhood wouldn't touch it. Got to make trading like games. What do you think behind the scenes? Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Robinhood. Yeah. Believe in Robinhood. Good luck with that. Nice knowing you. Look, I'm not mad at Paul. I'm not mad at him. I love Paul. Look, these are challenges. These questions, legit. It's okay to ask me this. It's all right. I don't mind. But is that a trick question, Paul? Really? You're not seriously thinking that Robinhood is a better company run than SoFi? Seriously? No, you can't be. You're kidding, right? You're just playing games. I do what I can. I do what I can. All right. Anyway, AI is up 12 cents. Uber's up 15. Apple's up 270. Enphase up 449. AMD up $1.22 here. Netflix down $8. Tesla only down 50 cents here. Matterport is up 3. What else is going on here? Unity down 45. Google up 50 cents. Moderna down 130. Cisco's up 26. Pfizer's up. IBM is up. HPQ, Microsoft, Amazon, Home Depot, they're all higher. Goldman, Boeing, Target, JP Morgan, Costco, Walmart, Disney, American Airlines, AMC, they're all higher. Royal Caribbean up $1.80 at 138. Go figure. Norwegian's up 52. Carnival down 22 cents. There you go. Unbelievable. All right, there you go. When I was a poor boy in Bulgaria, I was hoping I could come to America where there's opportunity to survive. Where are you guys watching me from today? Let me know what your temperature is going to be today. Are any of you getting out of winter now? Is winter gone, and are you getting into spring and summer weather? Let me know. Love to hear from you on that. Also, thanks again to those of you who are hitting the thumbs up button, getting us higher and higher thumbs up numbers. We're now at 214. I thank you very much. I think it also might just be time to perhaps acknowledge the secret force behind this market that really moves the markets. We know who to honor. We know who to not mess with out there. And we're putting those emojis up right now. We're not going to mess and not acknowledge the powerful forces that one must adhere to here. The Knights of Knee, you've got to put your knee emojis up. Otherwise, you're just asking to lose money in the open market. Parker Ivy and the Big M, they know. The others know. David Duff knows. Knee, you put the knee emojis up. Don't ask me. Just do it. Juan, John Anderson, they know. You don't even think it's an instant knee jerk reaction. There you go. JR Balmy 48 degrees looking for 71. The Cerritos, we're going to be in the 80s around here in the next couple of days. We're definitely warming up here in Palm Desert. It's getting nice. Knee emoji attack is underway here. Bobby has the last full day at Runaway Bay, Jamaica. Rock and roll. Hector, knee. There you go. IR Aaron, knee. There come the knee emojis. Everyone knows you honor the Knights of Knee. You acknowledge them, or you're at your peril. You will lose money, and you just don't need to do that. The Big M, Knee. Indeed, thank you, everyone, and congratulations those of you who have joined this channel as members, subscribers, and trying to keep it light, bright, and have a good time. Thank you all. Nice to see you here. What a day we're going to have. This SOFI stock, this is going to be interesting. I suspect in the next 2 to 3 weeks, a huge plethora of reports are going to come out on SOFI. Now that the deal is filed, it's all done. Watch out. Buy recommendations, recalculations of earnings, new estimations of memberships, loan portfolio size, gross cash flow, the 210 million short position that is massive on SOFI, record high. What are they thinking? There's going to be all kinds of speculation on how stupid the shorters are. But we need shorters to be short. I'd rather they be short at 724 than short at 1724. Let's have them be 200 million short here, 210 million here. This is just fine with me. Absolutely beautiful. Dude, thank you, D.H. Ruda. Never missed the knee emoji attack. Never, ever missed the knee emoji. Yes, SOFI down here, 210 million shorted. At 1725, they're down $2 billion, $100 million. At 2725, they're down another $1 billion, another $2 billion. They'll be down $4.2 billion. At $37 a share, they'll be down $30 a share, so that they're down $6.3 billion. So the losses are about to be incurred by shorters. And those who are long are going to smell the move. They're going to go, oh, short squeeze. Short squeeze. Why shouldn't I buy this SOFI at 750, 780, 820, 860? I'm buying it for less than institutions are paying for this stuff. What's my risk? Let's buy this stuff. Yeah, the higher it goes, the higher it will go, I think. My goodness. Brian, Uncle Bruce, I'm terrified. I might buy these GameStop cash secured puts back and get out, write new ones for 2 to 3 weeks out. Well, you're going to win. You're going to win. 1326 is where the stock's at. Today, 1350, 1380, and your puts are worth 20 cents. You can wait till tomorrow. You got till Friday morning. I mean, whenever you want. You decide. Terrified. What's to worry about? Are you going to make money? Paul, laugh about I'm not invested in Ron. I'm about 60% weighted in SOFI. Paul, I love you. You know it. Savage, yes, a plethora of reports that are going to say SOFI is a $4 stock, or why buy it at 7 when you can buy it at 5. SOFI, 2 top executives leads in the last 2 weeks. Why? Run now. I don't think so. I don't think we have anything to worry about here, Paul. But I'm a customer of both. As a customer, I'm leaning Robin, but as an investor, I'm all in on SoFi. Brian, Fidelity is Friday's a holiday. That's right, Friday is a holiday. So you better do everything by tomorrow. It's all good. You're gonna make money. You'll be fine. Up to you. Yep, SoFi. Just when everyone thinks it's going to go to $4, $5, or $6 is when it goes to 10, 12. That's how it always works. I want the whole street and community to be negative on SoFi. I want them all to be negative because it can only go one direction. It can only go one direction because everyone thinks it's going to go lower. They're just waiting for it to go lower. And in the meantime, the buyers nibble it up and nibble it up. Takes off. And then everybody goes, oh, I might be on the wrong side of this. And giddy up. There's 210 million in losses every time the stock goes up $1. There's 21 million in losses every time the stock goes up a dime. There's 2,100,000 in losses every time the stock goes up a penny. Every penny, shorters are losing $2 million. That's the reality of what's happening here. So if the shares take a run to $8, 80 cents from here, these shorters have lost 160, $70 million. This is undeniable. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're going to lose their butts. And some can afford to lose billions and some cannot. This should be entertaining. Jay Boy, it's chilly and rainy here in Baltimore, Maryland. We'll try to not break any more bridges today. BW, Brian, just chill. Your arm's too gunned to fold them or whatever. Paul, just busting chops. There you go. 720 on the SoFi, 1320 on the GameStop. Volume on GameStop now 6.4 million. I like seeing this volume. This is good. SoFi volume 4.3 million. We're at the low of the day right now, 720 a share. Finally, the low of the day. We're unchanged on the stock. What else? Brian, chops are busting. There you go. Swear, I rolled my $16 July call into January, received a premium, bought back my 24 June calls, rolled my 25, bought spread calls. Now I can wait and write later 22, 25 instead of twice at 24. That's hard to read on one breath. It's really hard to. Way to go, Splair. You're working it here. Corinne, 227 thumbs up, Bruce. You're way over 200. You're going for 300 now. Thank you all for the thumbs ups. It helps, and we appreciate you. We love you for it. Well done, everybody. What a run. What a day. What a way to make money. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Those of you writing put credit spreads, congratulations. Grabbing dough off of NVIDIA and grabbing dough off of Adobe, grabbing dough out of Microsoft, grabbing dough out of Apple, grabbing dough out of Tesla. Well done. That's the Qs, the SBYs, taking the dough. Savage on Wall Street, every penny goes down. Shorters make $2 million. There's that too. Level. I think I want SoFi at 6 so I can buy more. I just need to get the 20,000. Then it has my permission to go up. Yeah, I hear you. We all want, all of you who want to get it, want it to be lower. I'm just saying, the downside may be here. It might have already happened. 727 was a magic number to close the $845 million deal. It's closed. It's filed. It's over. And there is no reason for the stock to stay under 727 anymore. No reason whatsoever. And when this thing pops, and if it pops, it might well be that you close one night at 720, and the next morning on the opening, it's 840. There will be no run-up. It'll just start there. That can happen. Don't put that past this stock. Watch out. People seem to forget that during the GameStop short squeeze, you'd go to bed at night, and the last time you saw GameStop, it was $42.50, and the next morning you wake up and it's $55, and you're going, what happened? And then you went to bed, it was like $52. The next morning you wake up at $68. What? People forgot those days. It went all the way to $500 doing that. There were days it was up $60 the next morning. Short squeeze, unforgiving. Brokers buy back shorters at market. They don't put in cute little orders. They put in market buy orders. Buy whatever you can get up to 5 million shares, 20 million shares, 15 million shares, 2 million shares, 800,000 shares. I don't care what the short position is. Market buy orders. No discretion, No, nothing. It's done by computer. It's done by the compliance department. They're not traders. They don't trade and finesse stocks. They just take people out of uncomfortable positions. That's what's done in the compliance department. When shorters get taken out, it's at market, and it's ugly for them. It's great for us. Great. When a stock starts to go higher, shorters are in trouble. They're margin problems. They have margin problems the higher a stock goes. Then the higher the stock goes, the bigger the margin problem, the more compliance guys come in and put in market buy orders. And you have these inexplicable 50-cent runs in SOFI from 770 to 820, and no one's saying anything. And nobody knows why. That's because another shorter just got bought in. And this accumulates and accelerates, causing more shorters to be bought in involuntarily because they're not wiring money into the broker like they were told to, or they're not even given a warning. They aren't even given a chance to wire money in. They're bought in first, ask questions later. Watch out, everyone. This is going to be fun. This is going to be so much fun. BW, NVIDIA, watch the market makers trigger stop losses all over the place on this dip. Lesson in how options are swept as well. Hey, Uncle Bruce, what are your thoughts on spreads on MU on a run as of late? That's Micron. I haven't got a thought on the Micron. I don't. Juan just took out more money from my 401. I will write more cash secured puts on SoFi and Rocket Lab, and I'm liking Matterport a lot, Uncle Bruce. Juan. Smart move here. Big T, I'm all out of kidneys, livers, and spleens, so it can go right up now, please. GameStop, by the way, just go up now. There you go. 1320 on the GameStop right now. 719, 720 on SoFi. Spire 1126, upset 1176, up 12 on Spire. NVIDIA down $29 at 896 right now. 896 on NVIDIA. 504 on Adobe, down $3. The Dow is up 281. S&P is up 16, but the NASDAQ, with these big techs dropping off, it's off 14 points. And that is causing Qs to probably back off. Yep, they're down 67 cents. Spiders are up $1.35. There you go. Netflix down $10. Tesla down 75 cents. Let's take a look here. Google's still up 17. Microsoft still up 22. Amazon down 19. Some of these magnificent sevens are underwater a little here and there. Meta, Facebook down $5. That's a loser, definitely. Let's take a look again here. We're Adobe down $3.49. Nvidia down $28.96 at $8.96 a share. We've got. Let's see here. I'm watching. AMD down 130, Netflix down 950, Tesla down 60, Google down 3, Facebook down 509. So we're seeing some red on some of the bigger cap guys at the moment. Apple is still holding a 325 gain at 172.96, almost $173. This is a recovery from the sell-off last week. Apple is leading the way back. And I know a guy that wrote cash secured puts on Apple. I know a guy who's got to be grinning from ear to ear as Apple keeps going higher. Interesting. Yes. Anyway, what else? Let's see. BW, Uncle Bruce, thinking of the Thursday $7 puts are in play. There are 15,000 of them. 750s are now out of the money. Market makers want to park this on short trading week. My opinion, sub 7 and bear down to the end of the week. On SoFi, he is thinking, JR, if you just set stop losses, the algos will likely take you out. Don't do it. Hold them shares. Brian, JR, what's an exit strategy? Bobby, DraftKings was kicking the door of 50. I rolled May 47s to August 50s for a $90 credit. Went for a shower and it's down 130 from 49 cents. Oh, thank you very much. From $49 it's down to $1.30. Oh, well done, Bobby. Way to keep running this thing. You're just doing it right. Adobe 503 down 430. Nvidia back to 899 down 26. Nvidia got down to 891. It's back to 899 now on all kinds of fluctuations here. The lower it goes, the easier it is to put put credit spread together. You now are running at 780 to 800, 760 to 780, 790, easy as pie. Stay 100 behind or take a new position, write a new position, write a new position. Keep going. Absolutely. All right. Let's see here. SoFi 722 up to GameStop 1323. GameStop volume now is 7 million this morning. And SoFi volume at 722 is 4.35 million, almost 5.1 million on SoFi. 41 minutes in. Still quiet. That is, we're not even doing 15 million in the first hour on SoFi. There's nothing for sale. There's really nothing there. The excuse has been given to get in. Without a doubt, it's a done deal from here. But when it happens, it happens. I'm just saying. Okay. BW Bobby, cleaner and richer. How about that? Flint Creek soap on a rope. How about that? There you go, everybody. Don't forget, April the 13th, meet and greet with Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Would you like to have lunch on us? We're going to be at the Outback Steakhouse in Ontario, California, on Saturday, April the 13th at noon. Come on by and say hi. Send me a private email and say, Bruce, put me down. I'm coming with a friend of mine. I'm coming with my better half. Coming on my own. Let me know if you're coming so I can make my totals. I've now alerted both channels to this meet and greet, and some of you might meet some TWB people, and TWB people might meet some Stock Markets with Bruce people, and everything in between. So if you'd like to come on out for a bite to eat at the Outback, noon, Saturday, April 13th in Ontario, California, let me know. I'd love to have you, and looking forward to it. Jen's excited. She's walking. Honeybee, being an options writer, I don't have an exit strategy. I hold stock, and I'm just always writing with rollovers if needed. That is a better strategy than an exit strategy. That's right. It's called the I'm always making money strategy. There is no exit strategy for option writers. It's just taking in money all the time. That's the strategy. The folks out there that believe in exit strategy investing are the losers. They're the ones that usually give away most of the money because they get out too soon. They get out too late. They don't know when they get in the first place. They're chasing a dream. They don't know what they're doing. They're buying options when they should be writing options. They don't write options because they don't know how. They don't want to know how. They're never going to learn how. And you, educated from classes you've taken here, know when the right time is to write options. And you're just taking the money off of these people. It's wonderful. I swear, I'm just going to wish you all a great day. I'm going to take a nap right now. Take care of their spot. M, Buzzer, Parker, Ivy, what's an exit strategy? Brian, Uncle Bruce, I have some GameStop Poor Man covered calls expiring Jan 25. I also have covered calls sold on these expiring at the same time. Covered calls are up 50%. Poor Man covered calls are down 50%. Do you think getting out of this and going into shares is a good way to go? You know, the other option you have is you close your calls that you've written, and take a look now at shifting your deep in the monies from Jan 25 to Jan 26, and then writing calls on those and taking a bigger premium on those calls. You'll pay more to get them, but you'll get more to write because you can write further on. That's another option, another choice. The Big M, bagel time. There you go. We're down. Where are we at right now? Let me get this market. We're up 260 on the Dow. We're just down 260 on Adobe at 505. And NVIDIA now 898, down $27. We got Spire up 20, SoFi unchanged, GameStop 1318, 1319, Rocket Lab 408, up 2.5. Giddy on up. I'm waiting for the Donald J. Trump stock to have options. I'm waiting for the options chain to open up on the Donald J. Trump thing. We're going to see what kind of options action that thing has. You might have opportunities to write credit spreads over there like you can't believe. I will be waiting to watch for that. That could be all kinds of fun. And, you know, for $1,000 or $2,000 for a pairing, you may have a field day of spreads to take from real idiots over there. I mean, morons. It's going to be great. We'll wait for that. Man, oh man, unbelievable. Stuff coming. I'm waiting on Reddit. I'll wait for the option market to mature there. and we'll see what happens on that as well. So stick around. BW says if markets look a little odd this week, end of the quarter is nigh. Institutions, hedge funds, banks are balancing the books and taking profits on high flyers and rotating other tickers. Normal ebb and flow of the markets. JR, I'm waiting to write call credit spreads on DJT. What goes up has got to come back down. Yahoo. On Yahoo Finance, the GameStop 1-year target price is $5.88. Excuse me, wow, Wall Street. Just like, wow. There you go. On that, J whatever. It could be the DJT. It could also be put credit spreads. That could be another way to go well behind. Snowboarder, Uncle Bruce, I just got a voicemail from my local Fidelity office asking how I was doing and if I had questions about the market and my positions. I was very surprised. Me, a simple peasant, was graced with this telephone call. Must be a big shot now. He must be a big shot now. Brian, wasn't it $3 before that? They're very bullish on GameStop, obviously, 2 times the price, Splair, shouldn't it be out on Reddit, the option chain? I'm not sure if it's done yet. Sometimes it takes 30 days. I don't know the rules on when they can create options. We're waiting for that. I'm also waiting on Spire. Are they going to improve the option chain now on Spire now that they've issued 333,000 shares to the public and they've increased the float? I don't know. Spire volume this morning is 54,000 shares. Doesn't look like much happening there yet, so options aren't really going to be in play there. Splair, it's out. Reddit, July 19th, 55 strike, $13. 3 days with the newest rules, apparently. So they only need to be out 3 days and they can have options. Well, there might be opportunities on Reddit on the put side. You might be able to do put credit spreads on Reddit way behind the stock, way. But I'm kind of waiting for a week for like the OI, the open interest, to be shown and volumes and spreads tightening. Everything new there. Got to be careful. Brian, I would not doubt it with these clowns and Splair. So tomorrow Trump is getting calls and puts. I don't know. I do not know. Tomorrow is the last day of the week. We're closed Friday. Then we find out Monday, Tuesday next week how things are going. We have so much to follow, guys. You guys are going to be so busy as option writers if you become aware of how options work. Check out the classes if you haven't done so. Get on with it. The time is now to make money on option writing. It's time. You've got to know what you're doing. You've got to understand the philosophy of these markets. You've got to understand the nuances of put call trading and resistance and psychology of your opponents. The classes are there for you, but you've got to make the step to get at them. My website is waiting. You can pick up one class at a time. Start with number 1 and just go from there. You'll earn as you learn, and you'll be doing this for the rest of your life. Man, it could be good. RB, 244 thumbs ups. Nice going, everybody. Thank you for that. Keep those thumbs ups coming in. 1320 on the GameStop. SoFi 724 up a nickel again on SoFi. Spire up 29. Rocket Lab up 4. The Dow up 270. 19-point gain on S&P. 1-point gain on NASDAQ. NASDAQ has gone green again. There you are. Interesting. It's not only Donald Trump that's getting rich. You guys are getting rich, just like Donnie is. How about that? I kind of like your prospects, though. You guys won't be wearing orange jumpsuits or anything like that. So nice going, kids. Welcome to the party, pal. Nice to have you here. Let's see what happens. What else? Oh, baby. 725 on SoFi. Another penny higher. Thank you very much. All right. Whew. Let's go. Splair, yeah, by the way, on Reddit, there's not much to choose from. Only 6 dates. 2 of them are not this year. Yeah, you got to wait for Reddit. You got to wait for DJT options to fully show up, right? If this DJT keeps going up, I would advise SoFi and GameStop and many others of our favorites to bleed out cash like waterfalls. Apparently, that's good for the stock price. I don't know what that actually means, Big T. What are you talking about? In any event, we'll watch for opportunities. Luca, what a freaking red day. My put credit spreads are once again being tested. There you go. 900 on NVIDIA, back to 900 a share. And Adobe 506, only down a buck, coming back on again. SoFi 724, GameStop 1318. Yes, indeed, my friends. You have to stay $100 behind on the NVIDIA. You got to respect that stuff. You got to stay Adobe $50 behind Adobe. Got to respect that. Allow fluctuations to take place, not get caught, and give yourself time so you can make adjustments if and or when necessary. The Big T, new bagel day here. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. 2 months a member now. You got a new bagel color behind your name. Way to go, pal. Thank you for joining us and being here. As all of you have been, it's so appreciated. Thank you all. We're having a party now, guys. Going to be busy times here going forward. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Thank you for becoming members and these thumbs ups. Appreciate those thumbs ups numbers. We are over 200 now. We are now sitting at about 253 thumbs ups, 47 away from 300. Thank you. Splayer, triple amount of dates available on SoFi or Tilray. I definitely won't wait with it, but it's interesting to see IPOs that do well the first days. Mostly it was a bloodbath until the pop weeks later. Luca, I ended up selling these 3 calls on GameStop for June yesterday and sold 3 more cash secured puts, which I will get exercised tomorrow or write more calls. BW, look at that blue avatar. Beautiful. JR, GameStop is barcoding. It's doing this here. It's barcoding. Interesting. Well, we'll watch and see. It's flatlining here at 1320. There's something up. Something's happening. What's going on? I don't know. I don't know. Is there another shoe to drop on GameStop? Is there another shoe to drop? The 1.2 billion. What's going on with that money? What's happening? 1320 down 230. 724 on SoFi, up a nickel right now. Okay, now 220. Adobe back to 506, and NVIDIA just under 900. Brian, I've been a member for 18 months on this channel. Thank you, Uncle Bruce, for all your wisdom. You are changing lives. When you are back in Calgary, we're going out for Pete's or for some steak. One or the other. We're going out. There you go. Giddy up. Giddy up, man. BW, what is holding Spider up today? SPY. Don't tell me it's Apple, as the other day Apple was down 4.5%. Spider was green. Why is the S&P holding? Well, the S&P is up 14 points, so Spider's still holding some kind of a green level, I suppose. But, things can change. Things can change. Certain stocks can go up while indexes go down. That can happen too. 727 on your SoFi. We're up 7 now. SoFi is gaining ground again. The high of the day, 734. The low of the day, 717. It's up a dime from the low now, 6.57 million. SoFi is going higher. Interesting. GameStop 1320 on 7.7 million. I have 1320 on GameStop right there. All right. I don't know what's going on. What is happening? Let's see. I want to check something out here if I can. Here we are here. There we go there. And let's take a look. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, we're flatlining at 1320 on GameStop. We just seem to be right around that level, not going higher, not going lower. We seem to be just sort of flatlining right now. Something's up. 1322 now, 1321. Why is GameStop doing that? I don't know. Interesting. Yes. I don't know. I'm just zooming in on the chart here. Yeah. This is kind of interesting. Let's take a look at this. See if we can make this work like this here. See if I can show you something. Stand by. I'm trying to show this to you, folks. Maybe I can work it there. And I'll work it there. And I'll work it there. And then maybe you can see it here. Let's see if this pops up. Does this work? Yeah, okay. So this is off of CNBC. This is the chart on GameStop. 1322 down 228 on 6.7 million. You notice here underneath, right down here at the bottom here. See where my fingers here? 1024, 1018, 1012, 1006, 10 o'clock, 954, 948. Notice that's Eastern time, because right now it's 1026 Eastern. Notice how it's been sitting here at 10 at 1320. Notice it, right? Just really flat now, like really hanging across the board here. What's going on? This is millions of shares traded. It's not moving. It's just flatlining right across the board. Something's going on GameStop. If you haven't noticed this, here's your short interest level on SoFi. 209.9 million short. That's a $50 million share increase. Come on down here. See that? 23.2. That's higher than GameStop. That's significant. Okay, that is significant. Something's going on. Yes. Isn't that interesting? What is happening out there? Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Fear meter pop today. Got a lot of gaps too, says JR. Brian, this is standard price movement after earnings. I noticed it on most stocks. Large movement up or down in after hours, and then the next day it's flat all day. Zeta State, been a member for 27 months. I'm going to finally roll those 30 GameStop 15s, locked in over 3,500 profit. I'm ready to rewrite. Giddy up. Honeybee, someone can be both a GameStop long-term believer who will never sell and also write options on their shares. They need not to be mutually exclusive. Why not be paid to hold these shares? Exactly. BW volume on most things is very low today. Theta burn on options happening earlier this week on short week pop drops and suck in last minute buyers. No men's basketball to bet on, so options. Brian, I'm okay with flatlining. Time decay is lovely with a 3-day contract. There you go. BW GameStop looks like Rocket Lab on the flatline scale. Rocket Lab, though, has been like that for over a week. It's barcoding as well. Brian, someone let GameStop move again. Savage of Wall Street, boom, just bought 20 more Unity shares. Stinkers triggered at $25.91. Let's go. Stealing paper. 1326, 1325 on GameStop. A little better there, I guess. The SoFi 729. SoFi moving up 9 now. SoFi has moved up here from 717 to 729. Something's going on. Okay, bingo, Honeybee, says Alberto. Bingo. You know it. There you have it, kids. Ooh-wee. 1323 on the GameStop. Rocket Lab 410. The car barcoding on Rocket Lab lately. Love the Rocket Lab. I love it. I do. I love it. Brian, Uncle Bruce, I took profits. I bought back my cash secured puts for 51 cents. Sold at 74. And I'm okay with $253 in 2 days. I'm a happy guy. There you go, Brian. There you go. Savage of Wall Street got stinkers ready on GameStop at 1091. Just bring it to me. Come on, give it to me. I don't know if you're going to get that lucky, but you know, a stink bid's a stink bid. 1322 on GameStop, though. 727, 729 on SoFi. All right, everybody. Welcome to the party, pal. Everyone, nice to have you here. Another interesting session. Most interesting times. Okay. All right. Brian, I'm going to sell some more cash secured puts for April 19. Rinse and repeat. There you go. There you go. Now's the time to write cash secured puts on GameStop. Absolutely. On SoFi. Absolutely. On Rocket Lab. Yes, very good time to do that. Indeed. We're up to 505 on the Adobe here, down $2. NVIDIA back to $900.73. So we've broken 900 again. Still down 24 on the day, but we were as low as $891. We've now added $9 on NVIDIA in 20 minutes from its low. That is coming on again. Interesting. Savage, nothing is going on with SoFi, Uncle Bruce. The regular schlemangler tomorrow. We go sub 7. Well, we'll find out, my friend. We'll find out. Things have changed. Things have changed over there. Filings have been made. I think the lid's going off this thing. 729 on SoFi. It's okay. It's all good. Think what you want, but it could be quite entertaining. It could be quite entertaining. We'll see. 1328 on GameStop. It's all of a sudden up 8 cents since we talked about this barcoding. I don't know. 729 on SoFi. Okay. Spire back over $12, 1201. Okay. We're up 5 cents on Rocket Lab. Okay. Well, isn't that just so special? How about that? Okay. Right on. I'm open to all possibilities. 7.2 million traded on SoFi now, and 730. We're at 730 on SoFi. GameStop 1324.25 on 8 million. Interesting on GameStop. SoFi 730 a share. The high of the day was 734. That was the high of the day on SoFi. First thing this morning, we're at 730 right now. Will we go higher than 734 and head a new high on the day? I don't know. We're up a dime now on SoFi. 1324.25 on GameStop. Alrighty. Okay. One, Matterport is up 5 cents too. One, TS. I don't know what this means. One, you've left me in the dark here. TS. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Hector, Uncle Bruce, I bought back GameStop covered call April 19th strike, the 20s, held for March. I brought in 90 cents a share. I will wait for more. There you go. Rock and roll. Well done. 13.23 on GameStop, 7.29 on SoFi, 12.09 on Spire. We're up 45 cents over there. 4.11 on Rocket Lab. We're moving higher on Rocket Lab too. Another penny up. Okay. All right. Thank you all very much for being here. We're 2 hours into our show. How about that? Boy, does that fly? Doesn't the first 2 hours of the show fly every day? It's unbelievable. We're right there. It's going to be an interesting time. Today is Wednesday, which means tonight at 7 o'clock, I'm live, primetime live, 7 o'clock for Gold Bagel members. If you are a Gold Bagel member, I will see you tonight at 7 Eastern. If you're not a Gold Bagel member, you're a regular member, upgrade. Go to the YouTube tab. You can upgrade your membership to Gold Bagel. They'll just charge you prorated for the rest of the month, the difference. Then it's $25 a month after that. Join us tonight, live. Primetime live. We're going to talk about everything that's been going on around here. We got a lot to talk about. We're also on a short week. Tomorrow's my last day of the week, and then Friday we're closed. So option expiries and option shrinkage through to next week is big time. There's going to be a bunch of it. Short week. A lot of players on holiday, says nobody. Wrote Senny instead of cents, Uncle Bruce. I see. Okay, 42 days to SoFi earnings. Let's go. Let's observe analyst shenanigans. Honeybee. For any new viewers that don't understand options, Uncle Bruce offers lessons on his website. That is how I learned what I know now. Still more to learn. Thank you, Honeybee, for that comment. Juan, see you tonight and buy those lessons, everybody. Thank you, Juan, for letting everyone in on that. Dude, right puts make the money. There you go. Dude knows. Giddy up here, 7:30 again on the SoFi. We're back to 7:30 again, and we're only 4 cents away from the high of the session on SoFi. A Rocket Lab 412, up another penny. Okay. 13.26 on GameStop. The low was 12.80 first thing this morning on GameStop. We're now 13.27, 47 cents off the low of the session, and the high of 13.72. I think it'll hit a new high today. That's my opinion, though. We'll see. Dude says, thank you, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, dude. Thank you all. 7:30 on SoFi now. Volume on this one, 7.4 million on SoFi. 1 hour, 4 minutes into the session. Very light. Nothing for sale. There's no sell wave on SoFi anymore. We're going higher. GameStop 13.26 down 2.24. We've traded some, what is it now, 8.1 million on GameStop today. Very interesting session now. Opportunities are here. 903 on NVIDIA. We're up again from 891 to 903 in the last hour. $12 run up, still down 22, but coming on again. 904. There's NVIDIA again, another dollar. Okie doke. Those of you put credit spreads when it was 891. Giddy up, guys. Well done. We're up again. Volatility is the norm going forward right now. We're going to go up and down and up and down. Any of you want a one-on-one, let me know, and we'll try to squeeze you in. I'll do the best I can if I can stay awake. It's so hard. Anyway, let's see what's going on. SEC scores big win in lawsuit against crypto exchange Coinbase. That just broke. That is a story that just broke. That can't be good for Coinbase. It just can't be good. Coinbase, where is it at right now? Coin, down 442 at 262. The low of 253.95 about an hour ago. The high today was 276, went down to 253. Again, I avoid it. I stay away from Coinbase. It's all crypto connected, and I'm just not interested. I just don't want to be there. Let's see, Paul, can you explain the delta hedging on SoFi? These institutions in the deal shorted the stock in order to maximize how many shares they would receive as part of the deal. Can you explain delta hedging? Not today. Brian, trying to sell GameStop put April 19, $14 expiry. $14 expiring April 19, 174. Trying to get $1.74. Nice little pickup. Dude, here's a $20 super chat. Take the lessons and gain the knowledge. You can do this, and the more you learn, the better you'll do. Crush premium on your rights. There you are. BW. SoFi is bouncing along at the 10-day moving average. 731, by the way. If it does break down out of that, it could go sub 7 based on trajectory, but is oversold on most chart studies. I stayed in a Holiday Express once. I know what I'm talking about. I've stayed in a Holiday Express. 731. We're over 730. We're 3 cents from the high of the day on SoFi. We're going higher. 1328 on GameStop. It's going higher. A little here, a little there. It's something going on here, guys. Again, dude, thank you for that. Appreciate those, all of you out there. 732 on SoFi. 732. 7.8 million, going for 8 million volume. Have you seen the chart on SoFi here? This is today's chart. Look at that bounce back. Look at this. It touched here, 717. Zzz, look at this. This is 30 minutes. It's not like, 20% higher, but it's going to hit the new high of the day here. It's 732. It's going higher than 734. I mean, this is on its way. Like I said, the gloves are off. It's over. It's over. It's over. Didn't you watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off? It's over. Go home. We're going higher. Gorilla says Hector. Alberto, dude, that's the way, buddy. That's the way. Thank you, my friends. 734 on SoFi. That is the high of the day. Right now, SoFi just touched the high of the day. Boom. We're going to go to 735 and beyond. 1328 on GameStop. We're inching higher as well over there. Don't be betting against this stuff. SoFi, don't be betting against it. 732, 734. Something's going on. I think I know what it is. I think you know what's going on too. Thank you all for being here. Alrighty, there's the story. I'm sticking to it. I want to wish you the rest of the day. Good luck on the rest of the day. Join me tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern time. We'll review the day today. We'll review everything on options. Ask me whatever you want. You're a Goldie. If you're a Goldie, come on over tonight. See us. We're having fun tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Don't forget, April 13th, Saturday, Ontario, California, live. Join us for a meet and greet in Ontario, California. Savage, 2 high executives left SoFi within 2 weeks. They may have been stolen. I don't think they left in frustration. They didn't get fired. I think they got taken away by big offers. I think they were stolen, headhunted. Street just makes up its minds and sell off. I think sub 7 by tomorrow midday. You could be right. You could be wrong. We're 734, up 14 cents. I think they were stolen. I'm ready. JR says, I'm really just JR. Uncle Bruce, I got some Jan 2026 SoFi $12 cash secured puts. Just waiting. I'm just waiting. There you go. That's a nice credit. Nice hit of credit. 734 on the SoFi shares now. This is the high of the day at the moment. And I think we're going through 735. We're going to go beyond 740 here. I think we're going higher. Volume is now 8.1 million. There's nothing for sale. There's the shorters can't buy back the stock. There's 210 million short. We traded 8 million, and we're up 14 cents. We're up 14 cents on 8 million volume, and there's 210 million short. Math. It's a simple math. Okay. You got 14 cents. That's 2% move up in price on 8 million volume. There's nothing there. And there's 210 million shorted. officially, I think it's 250 million and more. How do they get 250 million back if it only trades 8 million and it's up 14 cents already? Just on 8 million share. 735, new high of the day. Hello, anybody home? Hello. Even this guy gets it. This guy understands what's going on. Have I got this guy? I've deleted him. Oh, I deleted his image. Oh, that's too bad. Even that guy was getting the image. He was figuring it out. Even that guy. I don't know. Maybe I have the image down here. I don't know. Do I still have his? I have it. Here it is. Even this guy has figured out that we're at 735, and we have 210 million shorted, at least 250 million probably, and we've only traded 8 million today. We're up 14 cents a share. Even this guy gets it. This guy has been handing out pink slips all morning. To those of you not giving me a thumbs up, this guy says, welcome to the party, pal. SoFi party, welcome to the party, pal. And these guys are running into this guy. Don't anger that guy there. Just one thing. Don't anger that guy. Just one thing. Don't anger that guy right there. Welcome. Oh my goodness. Hope I'm not making you seasick. We have 270 thumbs ups. Thank you. The rerunners out there, thank you for the thumbs ups. One, Stephen Butler, JR. Now that I bought my options back on GameStop, what would you sell, Zed Estate? Take money, buddy. Take money. Go to Jan 25, write 14s, 15s. Take money. John Gill. There we go. Thank you all for popping in through here and hanging out with yours truly. There's one, Savage, Stephen, JR, Zed, John Gill. I don't want to leave. It's too exciting. Too much going on. GameStop 1308. Ooh, opportunity knocks. Cash secured puts on GameStop can be written for even more money. Oh my gosh. 730 on SoFi. Cash secured put opportunities. 12.15 on Spire, up 51. We're up to 12.15 on Spire. They were trying to do that $12 deal for 833,000. That's done. That's gone. It's gone. 12.18 on Spire, going higher. 902 and a half on Nvidia. There you go. Okay. Brian, I am feeling good. I bought back those cash secured puts. Drop GameStop, buy my new cash secured puts. Uncle Bruce, you rock. Taking kids to a place today. We'll be watching the market on my phone. Now you're talking. Brian, Savage of Wall Street. Alberto. It was Zed, Linda B, Savage of Wall Street, H. Gregory, 273. There you go, kids. 1305 on GameStop. Cash secured puts are going up in price. You get more money for them. Thank you. 733 on SoFi. Improving, getting better all the time. 1216 on Spire. Interesting. TJ, as Dana Carvey used to say, as President Bush, Dan Quayle, gaining acceptance. Yes, 732, gaining momentum on SoFi. Gaining acceptance. Lovely stuff. All right, kids, I'm out of here. I got to go. Brian, Uncle Bruce, why do my Rocket Lab cash secured puts for January 2026 barely ever move? Exactly. Without the stock moving, they're going to sit there. But, you just take the money and you just sit on all that cash and say, thanks for all this money. I'll do something else with it. I'm going to make this work for me. All right, guys, see you tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern. Thanks for the support, and we'll talk to you later, guys. Goodbye from Palm Desert.